Hi everybody, and here is my first recording for a while, so apologies for that, but I'm back on it now and hopefully going to be adding a few more classes to the group over the next couple of weeks. This is a more of a lower level HIIT Pilates based class, so it's going to be roughly about 30-35 minutes long, hopefully. Quite a few people have requested to have a slightly easier version of a HIIT based exercise class, so I've decided to record this one today as well as another harder one which I'm going to do straight after this. So as usual, in terms of equipment that is needed, you just need a mat, have a drink of water near you, because you probably will start to feel hot and sweaty, and your heart rate will start to climb, hopefully, if you're doing it well as the class goes on. So have a drink with you. A couple of other things I've got here. I've got some light weights, so they're just 1 kilo. You don't have to use weights. Like I say with every class, you don't have to use weights. If you've got shoulder problems, if you've got any upper limb sort of issues, you may well not want to use weights at all. If you don't have hand weights at home, you can improvise and use something around the house, like little bottles of water or cans out the cupboard or something like that. Other things that I've got a few supports for my head. So again, you don't have to have anything special, but if you've got a couple of pillows or some towels or whatever, just to stick underneath your head so you've got a bit of support. The other thing I've got is a TheraBand. If you've got a stretchy band, just for a little bit of resistance for one of the exercises that we're going to do in standing, then great. But again, if you haven't, don't worry too much. So the aim with this class is that we're going to do short bursts of low impact but high intensity cardio based exercise. So each exercise is going to be 1 minute long, and then we're going to have a very short rest in between each one, and we're going to do 2 sets of each exercise. So we're going to do 1 set of each, and then we're going to have a little rest, and then we're going to do another set of each, so 2 sets in total, if that makes any sense to you. I should just say, if you've got any major health concerns, if I don't know you, if I've never met you before, then please contact me before you do this session. It is going to be a lower level session, so hopefully those of you with who I have seen before with particular musculoskeletal issues, or perhaps if you're a little bit later along in postnatally, as long as you don't have diastasis, then this should be fine for you as well. But any problems, obviously stop straight away, contact me if you need to, and message me before you carry on further, okay? So we're going to just run through each exercise so you've got a bit of familiarity with what we're actually going to be doing in this session. So we're going to start with a few things in standing. So the first exercise we're going to do is a squat and then a leg lift, okay? Now with your arms, it's up to you what you do with your arms. I know some of you have got shoulder problems, so you don't really have to do anything with your arms if you don't want to. You can have them on your hips, you can have your arms crossed over your chest. If you want to, you can add your arms in with it. So we're going to come down into a squat. Now it's really important, technique is really important when you squat. So just make sure that when you're coming down, you keep your weight back onto your heels. Your knees should be bending out. So if you were to stick a pencil out of your kneecap, the pencil is going to angle out over 2nd and 3rd toe. So the knees are not going to sweep towards one another. They're going to angle over the midfoot. So we're going to come down into a squat. You can reach the arms forward if you want, or you can just keep them crossed over your chest. On the way up, we're going to take one knee up, just to tabletop. So in Pilates, we're just going to bring the knee up, just to what we call tabletop in Pilates, and then we're going to come back down into your squat, and then other side. Okay, so we're going to come down into your squat, and we're going to lift, down into your squat, and we're going to lift. Now, breathing wise, we breathe out on the effort. Okay, so in this case, we're going to breathe in to come down, breathe out to come up. In to come down, out to come up, okay? So that's the first exercise. Second exercise, we're going to use your TheraBand if you've got one. If you haven't got one, don't worry too much. Really quickly, just loop it around mid-thigh. So you want to try and keep the band reasonably wide so it doesn't scrunch up too much. Just for a little bit of resistance. So we're going to take the legs just slightly wider, so feet slightly wider than hips. We're going to come down into your squat. Again, you can reach the arms up in front or have them over your chest if that feels better for your shoulders. You've got shoulder problems. So we're going to hold it here, try and keep the pelvis level, engage into your core, and we're just going to step to the side, step to the side. So I'm just going to tap the toe each time you come in. And we're going to take it up to a minute here, okay? Next one, we're going to do some lunges. Now you have an option, you can use some weights with this or not. If you're not happy with arm stuff, just don't do arm stuff, just stick with the legs. So lunges, again, just to go through technique, we've got a big space in between the feet. Make sure both feet are pointing forwards. Hips should be nice and level, pelvis should be nice and level through the front. So we don't want to be standing rotated or hitched one side. So just check that you're in a nice position first. We're going to come down into your lunge, we're going to reach the arms out if you want to, and then come back up again. So it's the back leg that does the work, it's the back knee that's just going to sink straight down towards the floor and then come back up. We're not trying to lean forward over that front leg, okay? So we're coming up and down rather than forward and back, okay? So we're going to come down and then up. Breathe in, breathe out, okay? And I'm going to repeat that for a minute on the other leg, okay? So from here, we're going to come down onto the floor. First one we're going to do on the floor is a chest press. So again, you can use your weights or not to make sure you've got support underneath your head. Before you start, because obviously this is Pilates based exercise, just check you're in the right position. So we want neutral with the spine. Make sure you're not flat, you're not arched, you're just resting in the middle, connecting to the core, feet, knees and hips are parallel. We're going to bring the arms up so your hands are over the shoulders. And then we're just going to allow the arms to open out to the side, draw the elbows towards the floor, and then we're going to close back up again. So coming out and close back up. Breathe in, breathe out as you come back up to the centre. Now, if you're not happy with the chest press, then you can just come down and up with the arms if you want to instead. Okay, so that's that one. Next one is bridge. So while we're here, we're going to do your bridge as well. So we're going to come up into your bridge, and we're going to come back down again. So really simple, just coming straight up and straight down. If you want to make it harder, we can add arms in. So we're going to reach the arms up, again, hold the weights or not, it's up to you. We're going to take your bridge up, come up into your bridge position. Now, as you sink the hips down, we're going to take the arms back behind you. And then as you press the hips up, we're going to take the arms down to the hips. So you're going to come down, arms come back, and up, arms come down. Breathe in and then breathe out on the effort as you're pressing back up. Okay? Then we're going to take it into a little bit of tummy work. So from here we're going to come up into what we call your abdo prep. If you're not happy in this position, if your neck starts to ache, or if you're just not happy, then just bring the head back down to your block, keep it down and just do the leg bit. So we're going to connect into your core, reach the fingers towards the feet. We're going to hover here. Just make sure as you lift, we're keeping that nice neutral spine. So I don't want you to flatten your back down. Keep your shoulder blades drawing down. We're going to hold it here and we're going to add some leg lifts in. So we're going to breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. Okay. Then we're going to turn onto your side and we're going to do some clams. Now you can either lie flat with your block underneath your head, or if you want to, you can just prop yourself up a little bit and just support your head on your hand. Okay, we're going to lift, we're going to bend the knees, we're going to lift the feet, and we're going to open the knee and we're going to close. Okay, so the feet stay pressed together, hips stay forward, we're going to breathe out, open, breathe in, close. Keeping that nice connection in with the tummy. And then obviously we're going to repeat that on the other side. And then we're going to finish with your Superman. So we're going to come onto hands and knees, draw the shoulder blades down, just make sure again spine is neutral, and then from here we're going to do opposite arm to leg, we're going to reach out and then we're going to come back in. Now to make life a bit easier, if you want to keep the foot on the floor and just slide it away, that's fine. Again, if you don't want to do arms, then just do the legs on their own, but we're going to switch legs each time. Okay, so we're stretching, come back, and stretching and come back. Okay. So that's a little sequence that we're going to do. We're going to do a minute of each exercise, and if you're not happy, stop and we'll just get going. Now I'm having to use my watch to time each exercise, so you have to excuse me if I keep looking at my watch to see whereabouts we are on the timer. So we're going to start with your squats with your leg lift, and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So we're going to come down and lift. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Like I said before, if you don't want to do this with your arms, just cross them over your chest and just do the legs on their own, okay? Breathe in, breathe out, in, out. And try and keep going. Keep going, I'm just looking at my watch to see where we are. A little bit longer to go. In, breathe out. And we've got 10 seconds left. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Well done. So have a little rest. Hopefully you can already feel like your heart rate is coming up and you might feel a little bit out of breath already. So if you've got your band, use it. If you haven't, don't worry. Mid-thigh. Doesn't have to be so tight that you can't move your legs. It's just to give you just a little bit of resistance. Just going to tighten mine up slightly just while we're resting. Okay, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So come down into your squat, reach your arms up or not, it's up to you. You're going to step to the side, step to the other side. Breathe out, breathe in. Keep your shoulders down, keep your tummy switched on. Try and keep your pelvis as level as you can. Just going to keep going. Just a really light tap each time with the toes. Keep going. Keep breathing as well. It's really easy to forget the breathing, so make sure you're not holding your breath. And we've got 10 seconds to go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Well done. So bands off. Into your lunges. Okay, so we're going to take your weights if you want to use them, but like I said before, don't worry if you don't want to. Set yourself up. Both feet pointing forwards. Just lift the back heel. Just make sure that you're not rotating through your pelvis. So we want to keep that pelvis nice and level and just facing straight in front. So we're going to go in 3 and 2 and 1, and we're going to breathe in to come down, out to come up. In to come down, out to come up, and just keep going. Just check the front knee, so we don't want that front knee sweeping inwards. As you come down into the lunge, the knee should just be angling over the midfoot. Breathe in, breathe out. It will ache, it will burn, so if you need to stop, then feel free. Keep those shoulder blades drawing down if you are doing the arms. Just really focus on that nice technique and control. Let me just see what time we're at. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and have a little breather. Just shake off that back leg. So we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, okay? So again, just set yourself up, feet pointing forwards, nice and level through the front. We don't have a great amount of rest in between, as you've probably gathered. So we're going to keep going. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, and again we're going to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Try and keep going with the breathing, because it really does make a difference if you're exhaling on the effort, because it just helps you connect with your core just that little bit deeper as you breathe out. So breathe in, breathe out, up, in, out. Keep going. And we've got 10 seconds left. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And a little breather for a moment. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the floor. Hopefully you feel like you've been doing something already. So we're going to come down, we're going to do your chest press, so quick setup. Feet, knees, hips lined up. Stretch your arms up, just make sure your shoulder blades are drawing down into the mat. Connect into your core. And we're going to fold the elbows out. Bend the elbows as you come out. They can touch the floor at the end if you want. And then press back up. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Okay? So let's go in 3 and 2 and 1. So breathe in, breathe out. In, breathe out. Tighten into the core every time you exhale, but we don't want to be losing that neutral spine. Nice control around the shoulders and the ribs. Keep going. About halfway there. And let's keep going. We're going to do 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and bring your arms down. So we're going to go straight into your bridge, okay? So have a little momentary rest. We're going to take the hips up. We're going to stretch the arms up. If you want to use the arms, if you don't want to use the arms, just do the bridge on its own. So we're going to sink down into the bridge, and then we're going to press the arms down to the hips as you're lifting the hips up, okay? So let's go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to come down and press. Breathe in, breathe out. So shoulder blades, really important. You're keeping that nice contact. Back of shoulder blade and floor. Try and keep the pelvis nice and level. Exhale as you lift. Think about connecting into your core that little bit deeper every time you lift. And keep going. We're about halfway. Try to keep your knees just hip width apart, so we don't want them flopping out to the sides. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come down. Well done. Have a little rest, a little stretch if you want, so you can just draw your knees in, just let your back flatten, rotate the legs a few times each direction. And we're going to go into your tummy work. Okay, so like I said before, keep your head down if you don't want to lift it up. If you feel like you need a bit of support around the back of your head, you can use one hand just to support around the back. So we're going to go in 4 seconds. So we're going to come up into your abdo prep, reach fingers towards feet, connect the core, and take a breath in. Breathe out to lift one leg and down. Breathe out, breathe in, out, in. Keep going. So So as you lift the leg, we're trying to connect that a little bit more into your tummy. Try and keep the neck long, so try not to lose your chin. Keep going. We're roughly halfway. So as you take the leg into tabletop, just make sure that you're not flattening your back into the floor. So the pelvis and the spine just stay nice and still, and you're just connecting into the tummy. And we've got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Hug your knees in again if you want to, and then we're going to turn over onto one side and we're going to go into your clown. So take your time getting there. Again, head down flat or support on your hand, either way. We're going to bend the knees up, make sure hips are forward, connect into your tummy. We're going to lift the feet and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to open and close. Breathe out, breathe in. Just check that top shoulder isn't hunching. We want to open the knee up, the hip up as much as you can each time, but we don't want to be twisting the whole body back. So we want to keep the hips forward if possible. So keep it going. We're about halfway there. If it's too much having your feet lifted, you can bring the feet to the floor and do it with the feet on the floor instead, okay? So just do what feels good for you. We're going to keep it going, and we've got 10 seconds to go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just come down, just hug that knee in, give it a little breather just for a sec, and we're going to turn over onto the other side and get the other side done and out of the way. So just be really careful getting there. Okay, so same position as before, just make sure you're comfortable, make sure your hips are forward, tummy switched on, and then off we go again. Okay, so let me just check the time. So 3, 2, 1, and we're going to breathe out and in, breathe out and in. So try and keep it controlled. Obviously if it is a HIIT class, so we are trying to get the heart rate up a little bit. However, we still want to be thinking about technique and just making sure that you're really isolating the right areas. You're not cheating, so obviously we don't want any rotational forces going on through the spine. And you're just trying to keep a bit of an awareness of where everything is. So shoulders, hips, obviously connecting into your core as well. So try and be mindful of your Pilates principles during these classes as well. So keep it going. And we've got 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, just give that leg a little stretch. Just to let the muscles lengthen through the hips. And then we're going to turn over onto hands and knees for the last exercise in this set. So this is the last one we're going to do. You can have a little rest after this one, and then we're going to repeat the whole sequence again. Okay, so we're going to do Superman next. So just check that your knees are under your hips. You can just do legs on their own if you want to. So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Now, if you want to make it harder, you can speed it up. And that goes with all the exercises. If you want to make life harder for yourself, you can speed them up. But again, just make sure your technique isn't compromised if you do that. Try and keep shoulders down. Nice level pelvis. We're still thinking about keeping the tummy connected. And really reach out through the toes and the fingers. Keep it going. Just checking the time. We've got 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come down. Now just have a little rest. So just bring yourself back onto your heels. Stretch out your arms. I just want you to come down and just hold and breathe. So we're thinking about just letting everything go here. So muscles relaxing, spine is opening. Nice big deep breath in and out. So as you breathe in, the base of the ribs should lift up and out. Shoulders nice and relaxed. So breathe in, nice deep breath into the base of the ribs. And breathing out should just be a nice relaxed breath out. So nice and carefully, we're going to come up into standing. And now you've got a bit of an idea of the routine. We're going to whiz through another set, okay? So, you know what to expect now. So we're going to go back to your squat with your leg lift, okay? And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, down, lift, down, lift. Now again, if you want to slow this down to make it a bit easier, then you can. If you want to speed it up a little bit to make it harder, then you can. So just do what you feel. You don't have to use the arms if you don't want to, so you can just have them over your chest like we talked about before. Breathing down, breathe out, lift. Keep it going. Not long to go. Ten seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just have a little shake. Okay, back to your TheraBand. If you've got one of those loopy bands, they're actually probably a bit better than these, to be honest, but there we are. So very short rest. We're going to do your squat with your side step like we did before. Okay, so in 3 and 2 and 1, down into your squat. We're going to come out and back. So again, keep going with the breathing. Really light tap with the toes, keep shoulders down, tummy switched on. Pelvis is nice and level through the front. Like I said before, you don't have to use the arms, you can keep them over chest if that makes life easier. Keep it going. Halfway there. So make sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath. Just keep that breathing nice and flowing. And we've got another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come up. Short rest again. Grab your weights if you want to use them. And we're going to go back to your lunges. Okay, so again, lift the back heel. Make sure both feet are pointing forwards. Nice level pelvis through the front. Remember, it's the back leg that's doing the work. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. And we're going to breathe in and out. In, out. Keep those shoulder blades down if you're using the arms. If you're not using the arms, obviously focusing a little bit more on your legs. Check where your knees are bending, particularly that front knee. And keep that pelvis as level as you can. Breathe in and out. Keep going. Halfway. And we've got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just have a little rest, shake your legs off. Other side. So again, set yourself up, short rest in between. And we're going to go in 3 and 2 and 1. And breathe in and out. In, out. Keep it going. Almost there. Lunges are probably the worst of all, but great for the legs, great for the core. Just try and keep going if you can. So we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Well done. The arms probably felt it there as well, so just give your shoulders a little roll. Shake your legs. Back down onto the floor for your chest press. Okay, so head well supported, feet, knees and hips lined up. Stretch out your arms. And we're going to go in 3 and 2 and 1. Keep the shoulder blades down. We're going to open and close. Breathe in, breathe out. Every time you breathe out, we're connecting that a little bit more into the core. If your house is as hot as mine, then you're probably sweating just as much as I am. Let's keep it going. See where we're at. A bit longer to go. Breathe in, open, breathe out, close. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Well done. Bring your arms down for a moment, just have a quick reset. We're going to go into your bridge and we're going to use your arms or not, it's up to you. Okay, so let's go. Press your arms up, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. We're going to come down into your bridge and then press back up. Breathe in, breathe out. Make sure that you're really keeping those knees just hip width apart. Squeeze into the glutes as you lift. If you want to make it harder, don't touch the floor each time. So just come down into a little hover and press back up. Take the hands down to the hips each time. Breathe in, breathe out, press. In, breathe out. Keep those shoulder blades drawing down into the floor. So just check you're not hunching the shoulders. Keep going. And we've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Pop your weights down, hug your knees in, let your back flatten. We're just going to rotate the legs a few times each direction. And then we're going to go into your sit-ups like we did before, your ab work. So like we said before, keep your head down or lift if you want to make it harder. Keep the spine in neutral. We're going to reach the fingers towards the feet. Make sure that lower tummy's switched on. So we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. We're going to breathe out and in. Breathe out and in. If you want to make it harder, speed it up. But like we said before, keep your technique and your form. So as you're lifting the leg, make sure that you're not losing that nice neutral spine. Try and keep the pelvis as level as you can through the front. not long to go. Keep going. Like I said before, if you want to, you can take one hand around the back of your head for a bit of support. Completely up to you, completely fine to do as well. Just check you're not losing your chin. Okay, keep going, we've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come down, just bring your knees in, have a little stretch just for a moment. Okay, and then onto your side. We've only got a few more bits left to do. So like we did before, support your head with your hand or down onto your block. Bend the knees, lift the feet, check your hips are forward, connect into your core, and we're going to go in 3 and 2 and 1. Connect, breathe out, breathe in, out, in. Like we said before, just make sure you're not twisting back through your pelvis. Keep your shoulders drawing down. Keep that nice connection on with your deep core. Okay, so exhale, inhale, breathe out, in. We're just going to carry on going. We're about halfway there. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, just bring that knee in and just lengthen out into your glutes on that side. Okay, really quick, and then we're going to turn over onto the other side. Really short rest, and then off we go again. So set yourself up first. So again, hips forward, lift the feet, connect, shoulder. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. And again, breathe out, breathe in, connect, lift, and down. Keep it going. Keep it going. 15 seconds to go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come down. Little stretch again just to lengthen. And then we're going to move on to your last exercise, your Superman. Okay? So this is the last one. So quick setup, so knees under hips. You can just do legs on their own or you can do arms with the legs. Okay, so completely up to you. We're going to go in 3 and 2 and 1. Keep the shoulders down. We're going to breathe out and in. Stretch and down. So really lengthen through the arm, through the leg. Think about really taking the fingers and the toes away from each other each time. Keeping the shoulders down, try and keep as level as you can through the pelvis and the rib cage. Keep it going. We've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Now we're going to do the same stretch as we did before. So just want you to sink back onto your heels. stretch out your arms in front of you, come down, and we're just going to hold it, let everything go, open the spine, and take some nice big deep breaths in and out. Right into the base of the ribs. Well done. So we're carefully going to come up into standing. And what I would suggest, even though it's quite a short session today, it's really important that you take some time to stretch and lengthen after working in this way. So I would suggest that you have a little search for the Stretch and Mobilise session, which I've also recorded, and perhaps follow this session with that stretch session just to release and lengthen off afterwards. You don't have to do the whole session, but maybe sort of a few bits out of that would be a sensible thing to do. But hopefully you feel okay, and any problems after this, that obviously feel free to drop me a message. If there's any issues, or if you want to find out any modifications to any of the exercises that we haven't gone through today, then I can always send you some tips just to make things either harder or easier depending on how you're feeling. But as usual, keep me posted. Feel free to drop some comments in the boxes below underneath this session as well. And hopefully you'll join me soon for another session. Okay, thanks.